Picture this. A chord rings out, bold and urgent, the dominant V pulling everything toward home. Your ears brace, your brain leans in, expecting the familiar comfort of the tonic. But instead, the music takes a sly detour, sliding into a minor V. That momentary betrayal, known to musicians as the deceptive cadence, feels like a question left unanswered. It's small, but it's powerful. It is the musical equivalent of a cliffhanger, and it is engineered to make you stay. To understand why this trick works, we need to step back and look at what harmony does in the first place. In Western tonal music, chords are not isolated objects. They form a gravitational system. The tonic chord, labeled 1, is the home base. Other chords have tendencies. Certain progressions feel stable, others pull toward resolution. The dominant phi chord is the strongest of these pullers. Built on the 5th scale degree and containing the leading tone, the note that sits a half step below the tonic. The dominant creates tension. That half-step relationship is like a magnet in the ear, orienting us toward the sound that will release the strain, the tonic. From a biological perspective, this is no accident. Our auditory system and emotional centers are wired to detect patterns and expect completion. Predictive coding theories in neuroscience suggest the brain constantly generates expectations about incoming sensory input. When those expectations are met, prediction error is low, and we experience a small reward. Music exploits this mechanism. When a dominant chord resolves to the tonic, the prediction is fulfilled, and listeners experience a satisfying release. This is often accompanied by measurable neurochemical responses, brief spikes in dopamine associated with reward and pleasure. Now imagine the expectation is not met. The dominant arrives, urgency is established, and just when the reward is anticipated, the composer substitutes V, the relative minor, for 1. Harmonic analysis reveals why this is plausible. The seek chord shares 2 notes with the 1 chord in major keys, so it sounds like it might be the resolution, but it lacks the tonic's gravitational anchor. The leading tone in phi still wants to resolve upward, but C does not complete that motion in the same way. The result is a semantic near miss, familiar enough to be coherent, different enough to withhold closure. Classical composers used the deceptive cadence deliberately. In opera, it allowed composers to prolong emotional intensity, to keep a scene suspended while characters wrestled with longing, fear, or desire. The effect is theatrical because it aligns with human narrative instincts. Stories gain urgency when outcomes are uncertain. In the 18th and 19th centuries, composers such as Mozart and Beethoven reached for this device to shape drama, delay cadences, and heighten emotion. Fast forward to modern pop, and you find the same psychological lever in the hands of songwriters who understand, intuitively or explicitly, how to manipulate expectation. Artists like Olivia Rodrigo and Ariana Grande, whose music blends confessional lyricism with tight harmonic craft, use deceptive cadences to create loops that feel emotionally unresolved. That unresolved feeling makes a chorus linger in the mind. The listener wants the closure that never arrives, so they replay the moment, or the song itself, to chase the missing resolution. Streaming metrics aside, this is one reason earworms persist. Unresolved harmonic motion anchors memory and drives repeat listening. But the deceptive cadence is not simply a gimmick. It is also a tool for storytelling. Denying immediate resolution adds narrative depth. It mirrors human experience, where closure is often elusive. It conveys longing, keeps tension alive, and makes eventual resolution, when it comes, more potent. When a song finally offers the tonic after several withheld cadences, the release feels earned, and the emotional high is amplified. So the next time a chorus teases you with a dominant that refuses to settle, notice how your body reacts. That small frustration is actually the product of deep biological and cultural systems, an auditory grammar that predicts, a nervous system that rewards confirmation, and musical minds that exploit the gap between expectation and fulfillment. The deceptive cadence is a deliberate denial of that dopamine hit, and in denying it, music makers ensure you keep listening, searching for home.